Wat Charoen Rat Bamrung is a Buddhist temple in Nakhon Pathom, which is also known as Wat Nong Phong Nok. In front of the complex is a large statue of Luang Pho Prathan Phon, a Buddha image seated in the Pang Prathan Phon pose, that is the position of giving a blessing. The image is seated in Western style, with one hand held up, the thumb and index finger touching, while the other arm is held down with the hand palm up, and the elbow in an L shape. This large gilded Buddha statue is flanked by 6 crowned Buddha images, 3 on either side and seated in the half-lotus position, each with a different animal depicted on the thip, the ornamental cloth hanging from the bottom of the image, in front of the pedestal. When entering the front porch, one comes eye to eye with a gilded crowned Buddha image in a standing pose, with the arms pendant alongside his body, the forearms lifted slightly outwards and the palms turned forward. This gesture represents the Buddha disclosing Trilok, showing the 3 worlds of heaven, earth, and hell simultaneously, an event that took place after the Buddha had returned from the Tavatimsa heaven, where he had spent 3 months observing Pansa during the rainy season. Surrounded by a wall is the Ubosot, the hall of a Thai temple used for ordinations and other religious ceremonies, which typically faces east and is centrally built on consecrated ground surrounded by Semar, stone boundary markers at the 8 cardinal points around the Ubosot that demarcate the consecrated ground on which it is constructed. Loudspeakers around the temple play the repetitive verses of the Pali Buddhist chant Pahng Saranang Gacchami. This phrase is one of the 3 refuges or triple gem in Buddhism. The complete formula in Pali is Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Sangham Saranam Gacchami, and is a declaration and commitment to take refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma or teachings, and the Sangha, the community of monks and nuns. On either end of the row of 6 statues in the front of the temple is a large Buddha image standing in the pahng baat pose, that is, holding an alms bowl. This pose refers to the first morning in Kapilavastu on Siddhartha's first visit to his father's palace, after he had attained enlightenment. In the early morning, he went out to beg for food among the subjects of his father, since nobody had actually invited him for breakfast, although they had received him the night before and had prepared a morning meal. Tradition, however, does not allow mendicant monks to ask for food, but they should only eat whatever they are offered by the faithful. In the foyer of the Wihan are 3 Buddha statues, one in silver, one in gold, and one in copper, all seated in the Maravijaya pose, symbolizing victory over Mara, the evil one. The middle statue is surrounded by a silver structure known as a crystal palace. In the corner is the statue of a Chinese wealth god, holding a Chinese gold ingot in one hand, and a bag of treasure in the other. The temple's very spacious Wihan houses Luang Pho Prathan Phon, a 400-year-old Buddha statue in the posture of Maravijaya, which is a monolith, carved entirely from stone, and which was discovered at an abandoned temple in Ayutthaya province. Devotees can make a donation and offer a copy of the Emerald Buddha in winter attire, placed on a tray, together with a garland called a pahng malari, and monk's robes. The base of the Buddha statue is elaborately decorated with white elephants, auspicious and sacred animals of which Thai mythology recognizes for categories, named after their creators and subsequent powers. Namely, Brahmapong, a white elephant created by Brahma and with the ability to bring material wealth and knowledge to the king, is Varapong, created by Shiva and with the ability to endow the king with royal power, Vishnupong, created by Vishnu and which can produce rain and fertility, as well as bring victory over enemies, and Agnipong, a white elephant created by Agni, the god of fire, which ensures animal fertility and prevents war and inauspicious events in the kingdom. When exiting the Wihan via the northern door, one will come across a statue of Kuan Yin, the Chinese goddess of mercy, and a statue of the Hindu god Brahma depicted with 4 faces. On the side of the porch is a statue of the preserver of the universe, Narayana Hari, who is also known as Vishnu. Opposite thereof is a statue of Kuman Dut Rock, which literally means a child sucking a placenta. It is the name of a Thai figurine that is used as a charm, and that consists of a baby sitting down with its knees pulled up and sucking on a placenta that is still attached to the umbilical cord. After an Apinya monk's incantation, that is a monk with great knowledge and wisdom in making ills disappear, the charm is believed to bring on a good life and protect anyone who sees it against starvation, akin to a child that sits comfortably in the mother's womb, where it is provided with plenty of food and warmth.
Gacchami